Alright, now it's broadcasting and it's loading.
Wait, were you even interested in what I was saying? Because I'll shut the fuck up, dude.
No, I was listening. I don't really know a whole lot on the used car situation, like the background of it.
Oh yeah.
This is quality mode.
Let me see. How come I didn't get the alert? What the fuck?
It
Is it
might be
live?
the old stream. Yeah, it should be live. Let me make sure on my side.
I always get a notification when you go live. But I didn't get the last Dying Light notification either. Fucking YouTube.
I gotta back completely out. Restart this. Go to here. Go to mine. Yep. It should be on there. Okay.
There we go. Loading. There it is.
So there's that mode. This is, I believe, quality. Right?
It's hard to tell, bro, because I mean... Oh, I think it's cutting you off again.
That's quality. Let me check
Yeah, I can't really tell.
Let me check resolution. That's a little bit better. Resolution's a little bit better. And then we will go to balance. Balance seems to be where I like it at. Balance seems to look the best to me.
Which one is this?
This is balance mode. But I will in balance mode, I will get a little bit of screen tear.
Just depends on the game, I guess.
And it only seems to be like a really fast movement, so if I shift to the side like this, it won't happen every time, but every once in a while it'll happen. Alright. Enough screwing around, I need to get going where I need to go.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely tell there's more, like, lighting and shadows. As far as, like, the fidelity aspect of it, I can't really tell over YouTube.
No, it's more in person, but, I mean, it's not so, like, horribly a shit ton more. Because this game, I mean, let's face it, this game looked good back when it launched.
Oh, yeah, sure that.
I mean, same as, like, Horizon Forbidden West looked fucking great when it came out.
Yeah, I guess that was another one of my biggest things. Like, bro, Horizon looks good. I got like all PlayStation first party games, all look good. All give the option of 30, 40, 60.
Hello?
So it's like,
Aiden. Can you hear me
what
now?
am I doing this for a third party box? Because I'm still gonna get those, you know. At 40, it feels as close to 60 as, you know, as you can get without being at 60 to me. I don't know. I guess it just depends on the game.
Well, there's like the games like Dragon's Dogma 2, right? So that game had a fucking hard time when it first launched, even staying in the 30s. Like it was bad. And now I could play it with like its quality mode back when it launched, and it's running 60. And it's smooth. Now I did test Black Myth, and it's still having some issues. And it's not so much the frames, it's just the fact that it's dropping input still. So when I'm hitting certain buttons, they're still not registering. And that's not something that the pro is gonna be able to fix. That's something that the developers are going to have to fix.
This is just gonna make lazy developers even lazier.
It very well could, because they're gonna sit on that. Oh well, the pros PSSR is gonna fix everything for us. So they're gonna put minimal effort in, or just enough to get it passed. I don't think first party will though. But as far as third party, I can see third party, you know, kind of kicking back and like, oh well, you know, AI is just gonna do all that work.
First party will always look good on the PlayStation 5.
Come here.
Yeah, bro, so we take your 27 or 3Gs cost that we're at now, wait, 17 or 2Gs, 27, 3,700 where we're at now, and mind you, this is all market value, so when we took your car in, they did a walk around your vehicle to appraise it. So if they see on like Kelley Blue Book that your vehicle retail is selling for, you know, let's say 5Gs, well, they know based on the walk around that the car needs tire, needs oil change. That's automatic. Whether you just did an oil change the same day or not, they're still going to do an oil change. So then if the car sells for 5Gs or whatever on market value, they're going to try to base what they're going to give you on how much they're going to put into it and how much money they think they can get out of it. So right now we're at, you know, they gave you 2Gs, we're at 700 for the whack and pack, we're at 1,000 for the, you know, maintenance and tires and shit. That puts us at 227 at 3,700. Then the car sells for retail at 5Gs, so they can make 1,300 bucks on it, and that's not including people wanting to negotiate. And of course, people think that dealerships have like thousands and thousands of dollars of wiggle room, and that's just not true. It's just like anything. Markup is 20%, 30%, and vehicles, of course, is way less because the money is such higher. So if you brought in your truck and you're trying to, like what I would do, for example, if 5Gs is retail in the condition that your vehicle in, meaning body mainly, I would offer you $1,000. I'll start there. I'll walk away from the deal at about 2Gs. If you don't take it for 2Gs, I'll walk out. Because what happens is I have a risk of, okay, I can see that it needs tires, the maintenance, all this shit. But what I can't see is if it needs major mechanical work. And if it does, then I'm completely screwed because that 2Gs I gave you goes out the fucking window, and now I'm in it for way more. And I can only sell the vehicle for 5Gs because that's retail on it based on Kelley Blue Book. So yeah. I will give you no more than 2Gs, but I will start off at 1,000. But now if you're trading in the car, meaning that you're trading in to buy another one, because these costs are just if you're trying to sell it. Now, if you're trying to trade it in towards another one, then I'm a little bit more flexible because now I have another vehicle that I can take money from or put money in. So, for example, if you trade in for another used vehicle, let's say it's a $15,000 vehicle, then I have to look at what my cost is. You know, once again, same thing. Well, I can make 2Gs if I sell it retail. But if this guy wants 2,500 bucks for his truck and he's not willing to let go of it for anything under, then I'll do a sell price of, you know, 14,000. Stick in that $1,000 profit that I would have earned, and I'll only make a G on the new car. But then I close the deal of selling that new car by taking that $1,000 out of that $2,000 profit. I only make 1,000 because I'll take that 1,000 and stick it into your trade. Because each vehicle has their cost no matter what, and I have to put that in there. So if I'm giving you, let's say 2,500, and the vehicle's only worth 2, then I gotta get that 500 bucks from somewhere. And I normally would ask for, you know, money down or meet me halfway or something like that, or I'll discount the vehicle. So that's how it works. New cars is a little bit different. New cars, the cost is the fucking cost. Dealerships do have a margin where they make money, but with new cars, it's different. Most new cars you buy, you basically you can buy for ass to nuts, meaning strip all the warranty or all the money, all the profit away from it. Because with new car, the goal isn't to necessarily make money on the new car. The new car is all about allocation. Allocation means based on how many new cars you sell a month. So let's say you're a Chevy dealership. Chevy dictates what dealerships get what depending on their volume of sales. So if they see that, I don't know, in Chicago, Illinois, dealership A is selling 100 Chevys a month, and in Chicago, dealer B is selling 60 Chevys a month, well, they're going to allocate more Chevys to dealership A. So now if Chevy has a specific model that is really hot right now and it's selling really well, or a specific colorway or specific options, then you want to be that dealership that gets allocated more of these types of vehicles, because that's going to attract more customers to you. And new cars, all you're doing is, the game is allocation, and the whole point of sales is to, or the whole point of new car sales is to get trade-ins for your used car lot, because that's where you're going to make the money. And also your maintenance department. The maintenance department is going to make more money than new, used, finance, body shop, any other department and dealership tenfold. So the whole point of selling you a new car is to get you to come back to the dealership to do the maintenance there. That's where they make their money. They're not making no money selling the new car. They may make money selling you the used car, but the point is to get you to come back to use their maintenance department. That's where they're really making money. So you can go to a new car dealership and basically, you know, they won't sell many new cars, but as long as that maintenance department is working, they'll always do well. And with a new car, the pricing, well, it's easy because Kelley Blue Book or Auto Trader, all these places, they know all the numbers. They know how much the manufacturer, Chevy as the example, they know how much the manufacturer has, how much money, how much profit they have built in. They know how many rebates are in there. They know all that. So you just submit an inquiry to Kelley Blue Book, and they'll give you like it's like a brochure, or not a brochure, but like a here's your buy price. And dealerships sign up for that, so that way there's no negotiation. Let's say retail for a brand new fucking Malibu is 30 grand. Chevy or Kelley Blue Book knows that after the shipping, the cost, everything, a dealership is making 3 grand on it. They'll just give you a certificate that says your price is 27 grand. So all you got to do is show that to the dealership. All right, 27 G's, write it up. As long as all the options match, all the trim levels match, everything is apple to apples, you'll walk away. And all dealerships will do that, so they don't give a fuck. And then when you go into the finance department to sign off for your loan, that's another opportunity for your dealership to make money. What people don't know about that is that finance departments can charge you an additional 2 points of interest. So they'll submit your loan application to numerous banks. Generally, they'll do 3. They don't want to submit it to 10 different lenders because every time to submit it, it's a soft hit on your credit score. So they'll usually do 3. And by the way, for people that don't know this, if you're shopping, for example, for a car or a house, something major, every time that they pull your credit, that hit on your credit report, it's called the shopping period hit, meaning the bureau knows that you're right now shopping for a house, so therefore they know that that's why you're getting your credit pulled. So all those hits are not going to affect you. Now, if one month you go to buy a car and you pull your credit, and then all of a sudden you're like, nah, I don't want it. And then the next month you go do the same. The next one, yes, each one of those hits will be a drastic hit on your score. But if within a 2-3 day period you're getting your credit pulled 10 times, that hit isn't going to be as bad because you're in that shopping period time frame. And so getting back to the loan, so let's say I submitted to 3 lenders, Chase, maybe a credit union, and Wells Fargo. Out of those 3 banks, they'll give me their rates and what their stipulations are. They call them stips in the industry. and they'll say, yeah, this person has great credit. This is their rate. Let's say they'll do 3.9 for 72 months, or we'll do 2.9 for 60 months, or we'll do 1.9 for, 3 years, 36 months. I know these rates don't exist anymore, guys, but I'm just using examples. So then what I would do is I would go with the cheapest rate, of course. So let's say Wells Fargo gave me the cheapest rate. Let's say they do 72 months at 4%. I will go ahead and bump it up 2 points. So I will present it to the customer at 6%. I'll say, all right, Mr. Customer, here's your rate. It's at 6%. These are your monthly payment. Which one works best for you? This one. All right, cool. So this is your term, 72 months. So I will show them the different options, right? 72 months at 6%. For 60 months, I would show them at 4%, even though the real rate is 2%, and so on and so forth. And then the other way they make money is by selling you extended manufacturer warranties. All right, Mr. Customer, you got a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty. We could take that 336 and turn it to 7 years, 100,000 miles. And instead of paying $500 a month for $520 a month, you now have bumper to bumper coverage for 7 years. And if we include the maintenance plans, where all you got to do is come in, they do your oil change, you don't pay anything, which makes it very convenient for the wife, right? Mm-hmm. Then your payment now will be $540 a month. So you go from $500 a month to $540 a month, and now you got the dealership is making 2 points on your rate. They're making money on the extended warranty, and they're making money on the maintenance program. The maintenance program, they don't make too much money because it's real simple. A quart of oil costs X amount of dollars. A filter costs X amount of dollars. So it's real simple to calculate, okay, the maintenance plan is charging me this much versus if I just did the shit myself, it cost me this much. And it's real simple math, right? So they don't really mark it up too much. Now, the dealership does get discounts on oil filters and oil and shit just because they buy so much versus you going to AutoZone, you're buying a fucking quart a week for the, for the oil that your car's burning up versus a dealership who's buying fucking thousands of quarts a fucking month. So it's a little bit of a price discount, and therefore they're able to make a little bit because of that. But besides that, you're good. And that's how dealerships make money. So I always tell people when you're going in for financing, one, if you have good credit, I always check financing with your own bank. Always check financing with them. And guess what? Your bank does the same shit too. So people really vanillize dealerships, but your bank does the same shit too. Your bank will say,
my credit is immaculate, right? The only thing that suffers is like the history on it. Is I don't have a super long history with a bunch of like fucking open and closed accounts, right? Mm. So, but my score is like way the fuck up there. And I'm pretty certain like I could go in the bank tomorrow and be like, I want $200,000 for a home loan. I'm going to go start looking for a house. I don't see myself having any fucking issues getting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because exactly. I have payment history that is fucking spotless.
Yeah, the only thing for somebody like that with good credit like you, the only thing that the bank will really look at that point is your debt to income ratio, and can you sustain the loan? That's it. That's a pretty easy write up. But yeah, I mean, even like so when I was, so people will come in all the time and they'll have like 750, 800 credit scores. The banks had to be aggressive at that point with those buyers. So, a lot of 0%, a lot of 0.9%, because most states don't have what's called the prepayment penalty law, which basically states that if you pay off your loan early, you don't get penalized for that. Some states like California do. So let's say your car payment is $500 a month for 4 years. And every month you stick in, $700 to try to pay it off early, and you do pay it off early in 3 years. Well, most states have a law that protects you from getting penalized for that, because banks want your money, so they know the longer you're paying, the more interest they're making. So if you're paying extra, that extra money goes directly to the principal of the loan. Therefore, you're paying off your principal way faster, and the bank doesn't get as much, credit money. So some states do penalize you for doing that because they're saying, well, you made an agreement with the lender that this is the percentage for X amount of time. They're helping you out by giving you the money, and by giving that service, then they're able to make money. Here where I live, nope, you can literally get a loan today, next month pay it off in full, and there's no penalty for that. But the bank itself, let's say you have excellent credit like you do, they'll just be like, all right, well, we can give them 4% right now at the market rate, but let's see if we can get them at 6%. And they'll present you a 6% loan. And you don't know no better. You're thinking that because you have good credit, the bank is going to give you the best rate possible. No, they're also selling you on the fucking rate. That's why I always tell people, when you go to the lender, whatever rate they give you, always say, can you do better? And even lie. Be like, dude, Chase, you giving me 6, Chase is giving me 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll let you know straight up, be like, okay, that's impossible, sir. They can't be giving you 4.5. Or they'll say something, oh, well, let's double check. You know, you can tell when they're bullshitting. And it's a negotiation. Everything in life is negotiation. Especially when you're talking about mortgages, bro. Because when mortgages is compounding interest, it's way fucking different. So when you buy a house, let's say it's a $300,000 house or $200,000 house, people end up spending $600,000-$700,000 at the end of that fucking loan, because every day you accrue interest, and the loans are generally front loaded heavy on interest. So the first 7-10 years of your mortgage, that's the majority of the interest that you're paying. So let's say you're paying $1,500 a month. Within that first 7-10 years, I say maybe if your mortgage is 15 to 2 G's, I would say maybe $200 to $400 of that mortgage payment is actually going to the principal of the loan. So that's not even if it's escrow, meaning your taxes, you know, your homeowner's insurance, all that shit is included in your loan, which I always recommend you do, or your mortgage payment. But yeah, you're fucking getting raked over.
Yeah, because that interest and that loan or that insurance and all that shit, that insurance can go up every year. If it's already factored into your mortgage, then you're set. Yeah. If you got a locked-in mortgage, a locked-in rate, then your insurance isn't going to really be able to increase.
Well, the two things that can change in your mortgage payment is the insurance and the property taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's if you escrowed everything together, which most people do because it's just easier. So what happens is when you have everything escrowed, the bank. So every year the bank is charging you on your mortgage payment a calculation of what they think your taxes are gonna be. So sometimes you do pay over a little bit, but it's generally not by much. They have that thing to the penny most times. But whatever's extra, they just apply it to the principal of the loan. But, you know, taxes do change all the time. So one year your mortgage payment may be $1,450. The next year may go down to $1,420 because property taxes change that year, or there's a new program or something new. Another thing that may also change is your homeowner's insurance. Sometimes your loan will get bought out by another bank, and the bank has a different requirement for homeowners insurance, and that price may change as well. Now, these fluctuations in pricing generally aren't that big, but people who think that when you go into an escrow mortgage and your mortgage is going to be $1,350 forever, that's not the case. It's always going to go up and down a little bit, maybe minimally, right? But it's always, your mortgage is always going to change every single year, and it's because of the property tax and of course your homeowner's insurance. But back in 2008, what was huge back then were balloon mortgage payments, where the mortgage or the interest increased as time goes on. So maybe the first year mortgage payments you had 0% interest. The second year jumped up to 2%. Third year 4%. Year 7 8%. Year 12 15%. Or I'm sorry, they did it in reverse because most homeowners only keep their house for about 7 years on average. So I'm sorry, is it 7 years or 3 years? I think 3 years is car, 7 years is home. I forget. I've been out of it for a while.
Yeah,
but
I believe you're right.
You.
I believe 7 years for a house and 3 years for a car, because usually, like, people are ready for something new after 3 years of driving their car. They're like, all right, well, the news wore off. I'm ready because that new fancy commercial or that coworker at work is off there showing their new car, and they're like, ooh, it's time to upgrade. I've been driving this thing for 2.5 years.
Yep. Yeah.
But as far as like cars, you know, condition. Like for me personally, if I take my car in, not the car I have right now, because I would justify that my car right now, I would think would be a $4,000 trade-in. Just from what I've looked up, that's pretty much what I would expect for a trade-in on it. But generally, most of my life in the past, dude, my cars are lucky if I'm gonna get 1,000 out of them, and I'm not really expecting anything more than $1,000 fucking trade-in value for it. So when I take my cars in, I've warned the shit out of them. It's like this thing's probably getting ready to blow up in the next 10,000 miles, if not sooner. It's time to get rid of this thing. And it was the same thing with my truck. It had almost 300,000 miles on it when I got rid of it. It was like 293,000. And I got rid of that truck because it was cheaper to get rid of the truck with it running than fix it and then continue to keep driving it and then just sit there and nickel and dime every time the thing would have a problem. Whether this month it'd be the engine, the next month it'd be the transmission, the next month it'd be the brakes or the or whatever, you know, because it was going to get to that point where it was just going to be spending more time in the driveway or in the shop than it was going to be on the road.
Yep.
So I wear the hell out of my cars. But like she wants to get rid of our car right now. She wants to trade it in on a Camry. And it's like, we're not going to find a car. Like if we were to get in a car wreck right now, you know, and somebody were to hit us and tow our car out, we're not going to be able to find a car for what we bought back then in 2020.
No way.
There's no way. Like the exact same car, let's say a 2020. So we bought a 2016 and 2020. So let's say a 2021 car right now, exactly set up the way that we have our car right now. It would be easy 8,000 more than what I paid for my car back in 2020 with 23,000 miles on it. 8,000 more than what we bought back then. And we bought our car back in 2020 right as COVID hit. Like, it just was, people are getting furloughed and all that other stuff. So we bought it at the most optimal time.
Yeah, man. Cars they're very expensive, man.
I would not want to buy a car right now. It is not a buyer's market.
Oh, it hasn't been for years now.
Nope.
But it's something that we need, you know? And
it is.
I tell people all the time, it's like, well, if you don't want to fucking pay an arm and a leg, which the arm and a leg is going to get paid no matter fucking what. But that's the importance of having fucking money saved. It's just plain and fucking simple. Because you can go out here and buy a $5,000-$6,000 car to hold you over for a few years till maybe things get back to normal. But the problem is a lot of people are generally buying cars out of desperation. You know,
debt.
Car got totaled, you know, fucking whatever their reason is, financial, whatever their fucking reason is, they need it now. So then they're just paying what they need to in order to get that problem resolved, because people don't really realize how often you really do need your car. We're at home, you know, 12 hours of the day, or some people. You sleep for 8 hours, you're generally, you know, have free time about 4 hours, and then you have about 10 hours or so that you work and you commute. And that's not even including all the cooking and shit. So it always feels like we're stationary, right? But then if you really think how much you're fucking driving, you're actually driving a lot, man. You're driving to and from work, grocery store, picking up the kids, doing all sorts of shit, and just not having your vehicle available becomes a huge fucking problem. Especially in America. Like in America, Europeans always ask me like, oh man, we walk everywhere. It's like, well, here, no, everything is so spread out. You know, you got to drive 15, 20 minutes to work. Grocery store is 10 minutes away. You know, gas station, it may be a couple miles. That's probably the closest to most people, right? A gas station. That's if you don't live out in the woods. But the utility of a vehicle is tremendous. So as far as like buying new cars, used cars, or whatever, it's always an expensive thing. If I always tell people, if you're planning on, or if you want to buy a new car, and by new I mean like brand new, right? Like 2025 car. I always tell people, dude, the best way you can save money is by buying a car within the last 3 years. A vehicle is gonna lose the majority of its value in the first 3 years. So if you can get like a 2023 with 15, 20, 25,000 miles, somewhere around there, that is gonna be your cheapest route versus buying something brand spanking new with 5 miles on it. And another thing I always recommend to people is there's a thing called the wrap. It's only available for certified pre-owned vehicles, and certified pre-owned vehicles have to meet certain criteria in order to be certified pre-owned, and generally has to be less than 3 years old, X amount of mileage. It also goes through a more rigorous inspection than your typical pre-owned car. But whatever bumper-to-bumper warranty is left on that vehicle, which generally there is, if it's the car is less than 3 years old, they can extend that bumper-to-bumper warranty up to 100,000 miles. So instead of it ending at 36,000 miles, they take it and they extend it to 30 to 100,000 miles. I always recommend people to go that route because of just how many electrical components are in vehicles nowadays, that even if you don't use it, just the amount of money that you pay for that thing is worth the peace of mind. And FYI, the cost in these programs are hundreds of dollars. So super inexpensive. When you buy a warranty for like a brand new car or like a used car, like let's say you buy a 2017, Tahoe or something, well, they're going to charge you about 4 to 5 G's for that warranty, divide it up into however many months your monthly payment is, and that's what you're going to pay, which can be a big increase. On a new car, it's going to be the same shit. They're going to sell it to you for $1,500 to $2,500. The wrap, they're going to try to sell it to you for that much, but their cost is generally only a few $100. So I tell people, $500-600, pay for it. If they won't give it to you for that price, then walk away. Once you're about to walk away, they're gonna give it to you for that fucking price. And $500-600 divided up by fucking 72 months, which is the average loan that most people do in the United States. It used to be 60, then it went to 63. I think now it's at 70 or 72. Divide that up, it's literally pennies or dollars per month, and it's fucking worth it. It is worth it. Your fucking radio goes out and it blows something, that can fuck up your engine some way, how, right? Because all the computer systems are tied to each other. So for $500-600, fucking do it, man. And if you're like me, who I always have tire issues, bro, I think it's because I drive too close to the curb, and that's where all the debris of the road washes to. I'm always having tire problems. So at least once a year or once every 2 years, I gotta fix a tire. So I'm a huge fan of tire hazard warranty, where I buy the warranty. If I get tire problems, I take it to the dealership, they fix it or replace it, no money out of pocket. That's something that I use every single time, just because I always have tire problems. But those two are the biggest ones. And then if you are a convenience kind of person, where you just want shit to be done when it's supposed to be done with minimal fucking thinking, then I also recommend the maintenance program. Because the maintenance program, like I mentioned earlier, they're not making a shit ton of money from you, because a quart of oil costs a quart of oil. As a matter of fact, it might be even cheaper, because if oil is at a set price now, if it goes up, well, you already paid for it with your maintenance program, so you're not going to pay that difference. All you do, you pull up, they do your oil change, your filters, your tire rotations, you pay nothing out of pocket. So a lot of women like that, because they don't have to worry about it, right? Or a lot of husbands get it for their wife, so when the wife has time, she just goes to the dealership, get the maintenance done every 6 months, and bam, done. So those three are the main ones. And for some of you guys out there that may have, let's say, a loan on your current vehicle, you want to trade it in towards your new vehicle, gap insurance is another one that is highly, highly fucking recommended. So the way gap insurance works is, let's say you owe 15 G's on the car that you are trading in, and then the amount of money they're going to give you on your trade-in is, let's say, 10 G's. And yes, folks, that does happen, because like I said, the first 3 years where you lose the majority of the value of the car. So you owe 15, but the car's only worth 10. The new car you're buying is worth 20, but you're going to end up financing 25, because that 5 G's from what you owe to the bank to what your vehicle is worth has to come out of somewhere. So unless you put 5 G's down to cover that difference, which most people don't do, that money gets rolled over into your new loan. What gap insurance does is, if you get into a car accident, your insurance company is only going to cover what the vehicle is worth. So we just rolled over 5 G's into that new car. So it went from 20 G's to 25 G's. You drove it off the lot. That vehicle that used to be worth 20 G's 2 seconds ago is now worth 18 G's just because you drove it off the lot and it's registered. In a year, that car is going to be worth 15 G's. So now your insurance company is going to want to pay you 15 G's for your brand new car that just got totaled, but you owe 25 on it because the car was worth 20 last year and you carried over 5 G's of negative equity. Gap insurance will come in and cover that difference between what your insurance company owes you and what the vehicle is worth. So that's the only time I recommend Gap. If you're not trading anything in, there's no need for Gap. If you owe 15 G's on your vehicle and they're giving you 15 G's on your vehicle, you do not need Gap. Gap is only when you're carrying negative equity from your old vehicle into your new one. Gap is a must because once again, insurance companies only pay you for the value of your vehicle, not what you owe on it. Two completely fucking different things. It's like your house when you refinance. The bank is only gonna give you what the house is worth now, not what you have into it. So just these little things like that are the little tips and tricks that you should always pay attention when you go vehicle shopping, because those are the biggest ways that the dealership can make money. Most people focus on the fucking price of the car. Fuck that price. That price is nothing. Yes, the price is gonna dictate what you pay monthly, but that's very controllable. You're trying to be at $400 a month. Well, you get that way by putting money down. But interest rates, warranties, gap insurance, those are the things that 2 years from now, you're going to wish you had when somebody hits you or blindsides you. When your car goes to shit or something major happens, those are the things you're going to be thinking about. Most people aren't going to be thinking about how much they paid for their car 2, 3, 4 years ago. They'll give you a rough estimate. But what they can tell you is how much their insurance company is going to cover if you fucking totaled that fucking thing and how much they're not.
Yep. Like, the biggest, your biggest thing with going to buy a car, whether it be used or whether it be brand new off of a brand dealership, have a wad of cash. Whether you have the full amount of money there to just pay the car off right, or you have a hefty down payment. Let's say like $5,000. You got $5,000 and they know that you got $5,000 because you say you have it or you've shown them you've had it. That puts a lot of play in your pocket versus their pocket.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna see that 5,000 and they're gonna go, ooh, that's $5,000 of not loan. That's today money.
Yep, that's money right now. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And also, that's 5,000 more reasons you do get approved for the loan. Yep. So let's be real, not a lot of people have good credit, you know, so sometimes the bank will say, which I did, it happened to me a lot of times, where you have somebody come in wanting to buy a $20,000 car and the bank's like, no, but we'll give you 15 for your car, or we'll give you 15 so you can buy a car. And we swapped out so many people on a different car than they originally came in wanting to buy because their credit can sustain it. So having that extra money in your pocket not only gives you more flexibility with the dealership, but it also gives you flexibility with the bank. And also, the less money you're financing, the cheaper that rate's going to be too, because now the bank doesn't have, you know, as high of a risk with you. And another misconception about good credit that people fucking have that gets annoying as shit, and I saw this a lot with the young people, right? They'll be 19 years old, 20 years old, 21, 22 coming in and saying, oh, I have a 700 credit score. It's like, yes, you do, but all you have is a fucking credit card and utility payments for the last 2 years. Yep. I'd rather have a 600, you know, a 650 credit score.
With a 7-year history.
Yep, that has, you know, whatever ups and downs with the credit than a fucking 20-year-old with fucking a year and a half of credit history, but 700. That's an inflated 700.
Yeah, there's no experience there. Yeah, there's no life experience.
Yeah. And the other thing that I hugely recommend to everybody should be doing this no matter fucking what, man. Look, all this shit is ran by humans, by people. People make mistakes all the fucking time. Pull your credit report once a year. You get it for free. Go to, I think it's freecreditreport.com, or I forget the name of the website, but Google it.
Oh, Credit Karma?
It's free. No, not Credit Karma. Credit Karma is an app that also does something similar, but they use like it's a whole fucked up different thing. They're not as accurate as they can
Yeah,
be.
they don't have your FICO, I believe.
No, yeah.
Your FICO is your main one for purchasing loans and shit.
Well, your FICO is the average between the three major credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and I forgot the other one. But
yeah, I can't remember. I know TransUnion and Equifax and something else.
Yeah, but the FICO is basically the average of those. And for example, different places will use different like. There's 3 of them, but most people use TransUnion. That's the main one, and then Equifax is probably the second most popular one. Banks or for mortgages, they'll sometimes use the best out of the 3. So whoever shows that you have the highest score, they'll use that one. But Credit Karma basically does guesstimations with I forget the name of it, but basically they just guesstimate based on your debt to income ratio, how many open and closed lines of credit, payment history, etc., etc., etc. Then they'll calculate a score. And look, if you have no idea, yeah, the Credit Karma is good because you at least will get an idea, but it doesn't get to the super specifics. But anyways, get your free credit report. You can request one per year from all 3 credit services or credit, I forgot what they're called, from the country. Every single year you can request one. Do that because, like I said, people make mistakes all the time. How many fucking Jason Smiths are out there? How many fucking Melissa fucking Sanchez are out there? All it takes is one digit, one letter to be wrong. And sometimes people don't even know what their score is, let alone what's in there. So pull it out, take a look at it. They will send it to you in the mail. It takes a couple weeks. Go through it with a fine-tooth comb. If anything that's on there that doesn't belong, dispute it. They're really good at that. They'll investigate it and they'll say, all right, we found it, we'll take it out. Or no, this is yours, it's staying there. And if it really isn't yours, now you really have to get into more specifics and handle it that way. But get a good idea, man, because you want to know absolutely everything about you, so you have the most information when you're making a purchasing decision. So when a freaking lender comes up to you and says, yeah, we're going to give you 7.9, you know what your history is about. You can be like, wait a minute, no, that's a little bit too high, or yeah, that's a great deal. I expected worse. But always do that, man. And I've seen people's scores go up 100 points overnight just because they have medical bill in there that wasn't theirs. And also, there's shit that you could dispute that may be yours, but because it's so old, they'll just knock it off. So very, very important that you take a look at that, man. That's gonna be the difference of thousands of dollars spent or saved every fucking year.
I mean, it also helps if you got like a lot of old medical bills and shit. Work with a debt worker that can get your, let's say, your $12,000 of medical debt or whatever that you're avoiding to pay or you're not able to pay. And they could drop that shit down to let's say $4,000 or $5,000 from that $12,000. So they can work in knocking that payment down. That they'll cram everything in together. You got 4 different bills from 3 different hospitals or whatever. They'll cram all that together and then they'll drop that payment. Because in the end, they just want their fucking money.
I'll proceed with caution.
They don't want the entire fucking money. They just want some money. And
that consolidation.
Yeah, I've worked with hospitals personally. With some of my past medical bills. I've turned $800 medical bills into $80 final payoff.
Here we going?
Because they just want money, and then they'll close the account. The worst thing,
mind you,
the worst thing to do,
money, but it's money that you fucking owe them.
Yep. But the worst thing to do is to ignore it, because when you think that shit's finally gonna drop off of your thing, they're just gonna sell that debt to another debt collector.
Yep.
And they're gonna keep that file open.
Yep. oh, that's never gonna go. Remember,
Nope.
there's people that have full-blown businesses chasing money down because they get a percentage of whatever they can get. So if they can only get $1, they still get a percentage of that. And another thing too, man, fuck. Look, if you have financial problems, I know how stressful it is, dude. I've been there. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, man. You just feel like you got 1,000-pound weight on your shoulders every fucking second of the day, and it's one of the worst feelings ever. But don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. As a matter of fact, the sooner that you can communicate with your lenders what's happening, the better off you're gonna be. So, for example, today is November. What is November 9th? November 9th. Our mortgages and shit are due the 1st of December. Let's say something happened right now, like your car or whatever broke down and you had to take 2 G's and fix it. And now you won't be able to make your mortgage payment on time. Now, in the state of Wisconsin, where I'm from, you have a 15-day grace period, so it won't really affect too much. But if it's gonna, let's say, damn, I get my bonus check at the end of December, I can make my payment, you know, in January for December and January. Let your bank know. If you stay in constant communication with them and be real with them, they're gonna help you as well.
Yeah, they'll do that one time, you know, grant you extended on your grace period.
Yes, they'll extend you on your grace period. They'll put you on a payment plan. They'll do a million different things, bro. I've seen people that their bank extended one freaking mortgage payment for 6 months. So instead of spending $1,500, you know, on their mortgage payment like they do monthly, now they're spending, you know, 12 or 15, 16, 17, 50 for the next 6 months, so they get caught up. There's a million different things they'll do, and they're willing to do that. Like, well, you're a customer of ours, we want to take care of you, because it's in their best interest that you pay and you continue to pay, because they'd rather be late on $1,500 than they just default on the fucking loan, and now they got to figure out how to get their $300,000 back, and then in auctioning it and only getting half of that, right?
They don't want that. They don't want that headache of
and not
going
including the fees,
yep,
the lawyers, all that.
It's going to cost them more in the end trying to sell the house than just give you that little bit of grace and go, hey, we're just not going to see money from this guy for the next, you know, 3 or 4 months because, you know, shit's sideways right now.
Yep. And they even do where they pause the shit. They just completely pause your fucking mortgage payments, and then
they did that during COVID, didn't they?
Yeah, they did that for COVID. They did that in 08. They do it. But then what it looked like when you don't pay them for 2 fucking months, and then all of a sudden you get a letter in the mail that you got to get the fuck out the house, you know, because they're repossessing it, and then you call them 6 months later. They're like, hey, can we work out something? Fuck no, we can't work out shit. I already got the fucking process started. I already hired a lawyer. I already paid all these people to try to get my money back. Why the fuck would I help you now? That's gonna be their fucking mentality. You know how? Because that's your fucking mentality. If fucking your buddy Timmy asks to borrow $100 and he pays you back, he said he'll pay you back on Friday, and he doesn't pay you back, and then you try to hit him up and be like, hey Timmy, where's my fucking money? And he ignores your calls, he ignores your text messages, and then you see him fucking 2 months later at the ball game, and Timmy's like, oh shit, my bad bro, I got caught up, hey, is it cool if I pay you back? You're like, fuck you, dude, I want my fucking money now. But now let's say Friday, or it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, and Timmy calls you and says, hey bro, I told I was gonna pay you tomorrow, but something came up, is it cool if I pay you back next week? You're gonna be like, yeah bro, for sure, thanks for communicating with me. That's the same fucking shit the bank feels, bro. The longer you ignore them, the longer you do all this shit, they're just gonna get even more fucking pissed, the more resources they gotta spend. And look, life's not fucking fair, right? We get charged ridiculous amount of interest for shit that shouldn't charge that fucking much. But at the end of the day, we sign an agreement with these fucking people. And that's all credit is. It's like, how good are you at upholding your fucking agreements with you? You know? And look, and I know it's tough, man. Like, me and RPG were talking early on the Discord, the 50, what was it, the 50-20-20 plan or some shit? What was that thing called?
Yeah, the 50-30-20.
Yeah, the 50, 30, 20. I like that. I like that plan a lot. That was one of the more common plans I use.
But it doesn't work for everybody, like you said. Like you
no.
push back on me, and you're like, not everybody's financial situation is your financial situation. Yeah. And that was a bad part of me. It was like, no, actually, he's fucking right, because I could not apply that 50, 30, 20 rule if I did not have that other income, that other additional income in my household.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like for me, that wouldn't work, because I'm a single dad. I pay everything all by my fucking self. I have a child to raise, so that percentages they just don't work for me. I mean, kind of work for me, but I'm, you know, everybody's financial is a little bit different. But at a very bare minimum, 5-10% every fucking paycheck should be the number that you should strive for. If you're making $1,000 a week, 10% of $1,000 is $100. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's not very much money, man. So, and 5% of that is 50. But the point is, start with something, man, because we talked earlier about how it feels to be indebted to somebody, and the weight, especially financially, how it feels, and how it's one of the worst things in the world. And I've been there, dude. It's, man, I'd rather like be sick than have that fucking worry, you know, like it's just so painful. And with money, things are slow, you know, like you get paid bi-weekly or weekly or monthly, like it just takes forever. It's a set amount, you know. Your bonus may not come for another year, right, till the holidays, or if you get a bonus quarterly, like it just feels like it takes forever. And sometimes it just feels like, okay, this next paycheck, I'm a pilgrim, all this check is gonna do is catch me up to my last paycheck. So you constantly feel like you're just fucking behind, and like you can never get ahead. It's like you're constantly playing defense in your life, you know? It's like you're never playing offense. You're just reacting to shit all the fucking time. And that's draining, dude. That's just physically and mentally draining. You know, where you're just constantly reacting to problems, financial shit. It's just not a good position to be in, and it sucks. So just 5%, man. If you make $1,000 a week, 5%, $50, put it to the side. You do that in a month, now you got 200. Yep. You know what I'm saying? In 6 months, you got 1,200. In a year, you got 2,400.
And like, and then the way that I always, I used to run shit back when, you know, I was single and doing this, that, and the other, is you have to have an oh shit fund, right?
Yeah, big time.
The oh shit fund is about $1,500, and it's going to take you a while to get there, especially if you're doing, you know, $20-$30 a week putting back in savings. But that oh shit fund is very reassuring when you come out in the morning and your ex-girlfriend, your newly ex-girlfriend, decides to fucking slash all your tires or break your fucking windshield out. You're not going, oh well, fuck, I gotta put new tires on my vehicle and I have no money. So it takes a while there to get to that point, whether you're making, you know, $300 a week, or you're making $600 a week, or you're making, you know, $1,200 a week. But put money back. Like, my dog had almost $1,000 medical bill that just randomly showed up because he did something to his back or his gut or something, and it cost us $1,000 on a 4th of July weekend. And it was a emergency vet, like one of those that are going to charge you an arm and a leg because they fucking can.
Yeah, that's 24-hour emergency plate.
Yeah, and they're preying on, you know, your weakness and everything there. But we didn't plan well, and ever since then, you know, I've sat down and I've put our incomes together, our weekly incomes, like what we get paid every week for 4 to 5 weeks out of the month. And it's like, we're making way too much money to be living the way that we are. Mm-hmm. Like, I got $5,000 left on my current vehicle. if we really wanted to push it and go to pay that thing off, we could do that thing easily. I would say probably 3, maybe 4 months, and have that entire thing just paid off, done. We don't know the bank no more. The bank doesn't own us in debt, and we can clear that thing off.
Yeah, it's a life-changing thing for real, guys. And look, and I know that they say 6 months of rent, mortgage, bills, whatever saved up.
Where can I
just
rest?
Start with 1 month. So if your rent is $1,000, try to have 1,000 for rent saved up, an additional 1,000. If your car payment is 400, 1,400. If your food for the month is 500, 1,900. Cell phone 100. So at every month, your savings and your checking should mirror each other at a bare minimum. So if you have 2,000 in checking, your savings should be 2,000 as well. And just by having that mirror effect, that's gonna alleviate so much. Like just like a couple $1,000 is gonna make you feel like $1 million fucking bucks. Literally, when I was financially planning for my customers, I always told them the hardest money that you will ever make in your life would be $1 when you have nothing. That's gonna be the hardest fucking money. The next hardest money you're gonna make in your life, it's gonna be $20 when you have nothing. From 20, it goes to 100. From 100, it goes to 1,000. From 1,000, it goes to 10,000. And from 10,000, guess what the next number is, RPG?
From 10,000?
Yep.
Probably 100.
100.
Yep.
So look at that jump, guys. The biggest jumps when you have nothing is $1, $10. I'm sorry, $1, $20, $100, then 1,000. Once you get to 1,000, the next biggest jump is 10,000. After that, the jump of difficulty is 100K. So $90,000 is the next biggest jump. That speaks volume into the difficulty of saving money once you have X amount of money saved up.
Yeah, and you don't want to, let's say you want to have that rainy day fund. So say you go into work tomorrow and your boss decides to just finally push you over that edge and you let loose. Or you go into work tomorrow and they go, hey, well, we've adjusted things and, well, your services are no longer needed. You trying to figure out that your next rent payment and you have no employment, you don't want that on your head.
Oh, no.
You don't, because you're going to be busy trying to look for a new job. And you don't want the weight of, well, I gotta get a job. I gotta take anything and everything that I can because fucking rent's due on the 1st. Car payment's due on the 7th. Well, I don't have to worry about electric right now, but I still have to pay that bill off, and I still have to close that account down.
Yeah. Those little decisions right there are the decisions that hold you back. And that's the playing defense part. Because instead, let's just as an example, instead of, let's say you lose your job and you were making $50K a year, and now because you got let go, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Now the only opportunity that you have at this very freaking moment is something that pays 40 G's. Well, not constantly playing catch up every single day.
Oh, shit!
When you're
No, my headset didn't die, did it?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, let me make sure my stream didn't die.
I see it on my phone.
Sorry, I stepped out back.
Oh, you're good.
I just heard some PlayStation thing going off, so.
Oh, that was probably mine.
Oh.
I'm in the kitchen making some bacon. Yes, I'm making bacon this late, but when bacon wants to be made, who am I to tell it?
Bacon's never a bad idea.
Nope, I don't think so either.
Make you some bacon and eggs.
That's what I'm about to do. I ate scrambled eggs and bacon for breakfast today. I feel like eating a bacon and egg sandwich, so that's what I'm gonna do before I put in my second session of the night on my PlayStation and Rock it out. Solo dolo this weekend.
I can tell you're a little bit farther away from your PlayStation. You're starting to crackle a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in my kitchen. That, you know, that's the one thing that I miss or that I really like about the Xbox headset is that fucking thing. I can go all the way upstairs to the opposite side of my house and it fucking works. This PlayStation one, dude, I step out 20 feet and it fucking
Oh, it's
freaks
got
out on me.
that Xbox, the Series X and S. They got the built-in Bluetooth. They don't have this fucking little dongle thing that has to stick in the side of it and run through the dongle.
And this is how shitty PlayStation is. So with the Pro, they took out one of the USB-A's from the front, and now it's USB-C. So there's one less port, even though they fucking know that you need a dongle for your headsets for both of them.
Well, I did see in a picture today on Twitter. I forgot to screenshot it and send it to you. They make additions. So like little blocks that you can plug into that USB-C, and it'll give you like 4 more USB-A off of that one C, and it'll still give you a C. It's like
from PlayStation?
Yeah, for a PlayStation. I seen it today on a picture.
No, I'm saying, is it from PlayStation?
It's not from PlayStation. It's a third party product.
I'd be interested in that though.
Yeah, because it'll still give you, so say like my Pro, it has the 2 USB-Cs. It only plugs into one of those USB-Cs, but you can still use that same USB-C that is plugged in that port. It's just basically an extension. But on top of that, you get like 3 or 4 USB-As. And it's just this little brick. It's no bigger than like a USB thumb drive. So it doesn't stick out of your PlayStation and doesn't look god-ass ugly. So yeah, I'll try to find it on Amazon because I think the thing probably shouldn't be more than $20. I would think.
Yeah, let me know. I would definitely buy that. But it's just like fucking little shit like that, man.
Now the dongle I have through SteelSeries is long, and if I were to plug that into the front of my PlayStation, the way it's shaped, it would block both ports.
Yeah.
Because it's so long that it would overlap. No matter which port I put it in on those USB-Cs, it would cover both ports.
Yeah,
so I seen that today, and I was like, that would work.
At least the PlayStation one isn't that big, but still, it takes up a spot. Like, it should have just been Bluetooth. And even with the Portal, I took it on my weekend getaway last weekend, and I couldn't use any headset. I mean, I could have taken my headset that I use on the PS5, but I'm like, damn, that's too fucking big. I'm already carrying the Portal, my Steam Deck. Like, I don't really want to carry this other big-ass headset. You know, I don't have a case for it or nothing. But it's so stupid, man. PlayStation just loves nickel and diamond people.
Yeah, she's the girlfriend. She's seen a like bright neon green PlayStation Slim plates on Twitter, and she's like, "Oh, I like those." And I've tried to find them, and I can't find them online. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I tried Displate and all that stuff, and nobody has them. And I know PlayStation doesn't have that bright lime green color.
Fuck no. You should try damn, what's that? Etsy? I think it's called where people make customized shit. So if somebody can make you some custom ones, send them the white ones or send them whatever color ones. I'm actually selling my plates. I sold my camo ones, brand new, sold them for 40 on eBay, and then I sold my purple ones for 35 brand new on eBay. I'm gonna try to sell my blacks, which are new. They're just opened. My red ones, which I've had on my PS5 for a couple years now, and then I'm probably gonna try to sell the silver ones as well, which I just opened and put them up on the video a couple days ago. I wish I would have left them closed and just sold those for fucking $40 too, or $50. But I'm over it, bro. I'm not buying no more accessories from PlayStation unless it's like they just leave a bad taste in my mouth. I don't want to fuck with them anymore like that. So the times of me just buying everything from PlayStation is basically over.
Yeah, I don't blame you, because I mean, what are those plates really going to do for you if you do decide to trade in your OG console and go to a Pro. I mean, none of that shit's gonna fit as far as your plates are concerned.
Nope. And mind you,
or even if you had the Slim, your plates wouldn't fit.
Yep. I'm not complaining that the OG doesn't fit. I didn't even complain with the OG fits the Slim. I didn't complain about that. I don't even complain that the OGs don't fit the Pro, obviously. What I do complain is that the Slim don't fit the Pro, because they could have. They could have fit. They chose not to.
They did. They chose not to. I mean, they're like, oh, well, we had to put the teeth in a different spot.
Yeah.
Like, no, you didn't. They're the same damn size, or relatively really close. So,
yeah.
I'm in agreement with you. I mean, they could have even made the plates themselves have adjustable teeth.
Yeah. Bro, they could just put them in the...
Oh. Did my stuff drop again?
No, that's mine, dude.
Oh.
That's mine.
I stepped away from my PlayStation and I thought I dropped.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, no, they specifically chose not to do it that way because they wanted to make the extra sales. And you know what's fucked up? That they're not even ready for that. You know, they don't have any Pro plates out, and when they do release plates, they release them like once a year. So it's like, bro, just give us your library of plates. Like, it's taking you 4 years to accumulate, 10 different colors. Now you're gonna start people off at nothing. Why? So you can make $30 profit on the next ones you fucking come out with? I don't get it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to I'm not gonna get plates right now. I'm just gonna rock my whites for a while until they actually sell a design, whether it be third party or be Sony, on what I want.
Yeah, I'm going strictly third party from now on, unless it's like a special edition, or something like that I really want. But yeah, I'm fucking done.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as the IP, like custom IP plates, we're never gonna see that. If we were gonna see that, they would have done it by now.
Oh yeah, dude, I just did the math yesterday.
That's what pisses me off so much, is they refuse to do those IP custom plates.
Mm-hmm. And this is the generation to do it, and they don't. So in 2020, because the Edge controller came out in this year, right?
The Edge, I want to say that was 2023. Or was it 23? I want to say it was like early 2023 that it came out.
Yes, you're right, 2023. I just wrote all this shit down. In 2023, I spent $522 in accessories from PlayStation. This year, I spent $400 in accessories from PlayStation. 2022, I spent $225. 2021, I spent $385 in accessories. So total, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I spent close to $1,500 in accessories from PlayStation over the last 4 years. All that money PlayStation lost for me. And that's between buying controllers, plates, the DualSense Edge, the Portal, all that shit I've bought. That's not even including my PSVR 2, which I spent $600 on. But I don't consider it as an accessory, even though it fucking is, because it doesn't work without it. Well, technically it does, because you can get a PC adapter, right? Mm-hmm. But that's how much money PlayStation lost on future sales from me from now on. All because of teeth.
Yep.
Now, people want to say, oh, that's fucking stupid. No, I just feel betrayed. And then you compound that with the way that they did the fucking Pro with no stand, no disk drive. Nah, like, I'm not gonna do this nickel and dime shit. There's a reason I don't have an iPhone. There's a reason I don't fucking, I'll go third party. It'll be half the cost any fucking ways, and it'll have way cooler shit.
Let's see, I'm looking right now. Hub charger adapter converter is that what I'm looking at? Let me blowing up some pictures right now. Expands 3 USB 2.0 ports and 1 Type C port for PS5 Slim console. Yeah, I'll send you that. See what you think. See if that's something that would be of any use to you.
Oh, if it's exactly what you're saying, dude, fuck yeah. Well, not right now, but if
Oh,
I
it's
do
only
go
$10.
with the Pro, fuck yeah.
Let's see here. Copy the link. Link copy. I'll send it in the Discord and see what you think.
Fuck yeah.
It should be sent right now. But yeah, I seen it today on Twitter and I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. Because that would solve a lot of fucking problems. And it, like I said, it doesn't look ungodly ugly either. Like you wouldn't even fucking notice it really.
I just don't understand why they would. I mean, I get why they would change it. It's faster and all that, but it's like, bro, your fucking shit is USB-A. You know, like your headsets are USB-A. Why would you give us one less USB-A? We just have the one in the back now.
Well, you have 2 in the back.
Or 2, yeah, but one of them is for, well, yeah, 2 in the back. I use one for my hard drive, external hard drive.
Yeah, you got the external, yeah.
Yeah, because I got fucking a shit ton of PS4 games, and the other one is for my dongle for my headset, and then the one in the front I use for my dual charging port. So as soon as I game, I plug it in because I start dipping, and that's what I use.
Yeah, I have my controller charger plugged in the front, and then I'll have, if I'm not charging a controller, then I have my phone plugged into it.
I got a charging stand from PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that I need to get. Now, does that plugs into the wall, correct?
No, that plugs in. Oh, actually, that's what I got plugged into my PS. Oh yes, it does. Yeah, you're right. It does plug into the wall. Yep.
I was getting ready to say, because I don't know if that would plug into the USB-A port and be able to charge your controllers, but I don't know. It could.
I even got the media controller and the camera.
I have the camera. I've barely used it, but I did buy it.
Yeah, this thing is pretty sweet.
The media remote I would never really use because I don't use my PlayStation like a TV. I mean, I'll watch YouTube, but that's a couple button presses on the controller, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy this adapter thing.
Yeah, I mean it's $10, so.
I'm gonna buy it right now.
And it gives you more USB USB-A ports on the front, and you still get your USB-C access port. It's just basically robbing power from that USB-C.
Yep, it'll be here Monday.
Yep. Well, test it out, see what you think. Maybe even make a video, maybe get more people clued in on that's an option. Because we're probably not the only ones that are kind of like, well, what the fuck? Because honestly, they could have gave us 2 USB-Cs and then put a USB-A on the front of it. Still.
Well, doesn't the Slim have the same shit as the Pro?
I believe it has 2 USB-Cs.
Just got my confirmation email.
But I mean, if you look at it, that Lightning port, the one below it in the picture, is still able to be used.
That's what I use for my PSVR.
No. We'll see how it works. Maybe that's why they did it. Is maybe they did it for one for being the VR plug-in and the other being the controller plug-in.
Well, could be.
Controller charger, you know, or phone charger or whatever you're going to use it for.
No, you know why? Because they want to sell you that accessory, the charging port.
The charger dock?
Yeah, the charging dock.
Yeah, that could be. I'm not going to ever buy one of those things. I'll just plug my shit into the PlayStation. Half the damn time the controllers are plugged into the PlayStation anyways.
Yeah, you sit in a desk though.
The only thing I can't deal with is having my headset plugged into the PlayStation because it's running dead. Like right now it's beeping at me because it's low on batteries.
Yeah, I got 2 controllers on the dock right now, and as soon as one is out, I swap it, or when I'm done gaming, I put it on the dock, and I'm done.
I have to clean my original old PlayStation 5 white controller because it's got stick drift, which I just think is dirt. So I got to take it apart and clean it.
Do you have one of those toolkits for consoles?
No, I don't. I was gonna buy one from Ace a couple weeks ago, but the some bitches, it was an iFixit case, and it wasn't a really big case, but it did have all the sizes I would need to take the fan out and clean it. And the motherfuckers wanted like $47 for that little fucking case, and I wasn't gonna use 90% of those tools that were in it.
Yeah, I bought some Chinese knockoff one. That does glasses too, because I wear glasses.
Yeah.
So I can do my glasses and everything. And I think it was like $10 on Amazon.
Well, I took the day that I got my PlayStation 5 Pro, I went ahead and made room on my desk. So I was like, well, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm waiting for the Pro to show up. So I was just gonna lay a towel down on the desk, and I pulled my PlayStation 5 out, set it down, took the plates off of it, took the fan completely out, and like fucking went crazy on nitpicking cleaning it. So,
what are you gonna do with it?
The OG PlayStation, it is sitting underneath my living room TV right now. I think it's been on maybe 5 minutes since I've had my Pro. But
you keep it?
We are gonna keep it, and when she gets ready to dive into the PS world, because she's a Nintendo person, when she wants to dive into that, I've already talked to her about even potentially getting PS Extra and playing some games through there. But I think the big game that we might end up playing together, like full time, will probably be Light No Fire.
PS Extra's not bad. It's pretty good.
No, I mean it's perfect for somebody like her. Even like in terms of like Game Pass, it's perfect for people that are not used to the ecosystem. It's not a long-term thing, but I mean, if you get a couple months or a year's worth of that subscription, there's a lot of fucking good PlayStation games in that subscription.
Well,
whether or not those are games that interest her at all or not, but I think the only one she's really showed any interest in is the Horizon games. So
she'll try the best.
Yeah, she'll try those out, and she might drop off of them. She might play them for 20 minutes and be like, nope, they're too difficult. Fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go from PS Premium to PS Extra at a minimum. Maybe even just go to basic.
Oh, the Essential?
The Essential, yeah. I'm just like fed up with PlayStation, bro. Like, you don't even understand. Right now, the thing that's keeping me on PlayStation is because they got the games. I ain't doing PC.
I will
fucking Xbox upgrades and they fucking do their job. I'll probably fucking switch.
We'll see, because I've been waiting on that fucking boat for years now.
I know, that's why it's probably never gonna happen.
It's probably never gonna happen. I'm ready for Xbox to go third party. To be quite
They
frank,
are.
I mean
They
full
are.
third party. They just basically stopped making consoles.
What are
they
they
got
releasing next? That's only on Xbox.
nothing. I mean that's really it. Like I'm staring at my Series X right now. Like, why are you still here? You haven't earned your desk space in over a year now since Starfield came out, and it really didn't earn a spot then.
Only reason I still have my Series X is because it's backward compatible and I can play my Gears, Halo, physical.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
I mean, yeah, you're physical, yeah, because you're big into the physical games. Like there's me, and I got the digital library, or I got the Game Pass. I quit playing, paying for Game Pass. I mean, that library is gone, and there's maybe 10, 15 games that I own digitally on Xbox full out, and probably more than 80% of that shit I can own on PlayStation if I want. If I want to go over there and I want to buy it on PlayStation.
Bro, how is it you only have like 15 games? I'm not even an Xbox guy at all, and I own more than 15 games on Xbox.
I might own, 15, 20. I don't know for certain.
Well, Xbox
But a lot of
doesn't
them
have
were
any fucking games.
a lot of them were Call of Duties.
Oh, that.
A lot of them were Call of Duties. Some of them were, like No Man's Sky and I think I got Dying Light 2 over there as well, and a couple of Assassin's Creeds and whatnot.
The only big game that I have over there is a Street Fighter, just because I bought it for $12. I wish those prices came to PlayStation. It'd be a wrap. But it's a third-party sale, so PlayStation doesn't do that. They're gonna lose that class action lawsuit. I hope they fucking lose big too.
Which one?
Welcome. Monopoly on the store.
For PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even read into any of that.
Oh yeah, it's been going on for about a year now. You can't buy no digital games nowhere in the world except for the PlayStation Store.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I don't even, CD Keys has some games just for codes and whatnot, but
A lot of those games are pre-2022, I think it was.
Yeah, they're not like you can't go out there and you can't buy. I don't believe you can go out there and buy like Stellar Blade or something like that with the PlayStation code or something.
You can't even buy third-party games. That's the lawsuit. It's not that you can't buy first-party games; it's that you can't buy third-party games.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you can first-party is their own product. Third-party, they're just the middleman. That's like going to Walmart to buy something.
Mm-hmm.
What PlayStation is saying is for Walmart, Target, Best Buy, we're everything.
Yeah, well, I guess we will have to see on it.
They're gonna lose. There's no way of winning it. Absolutely no way of winning that lawsuit. The real thing is nobody they had no reason to before, because you could buy even like the PlayStation cards. You could buy them at GameStop and shit.
Well, I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see PlayStation, as a console go away. I really don't even want to see fucking Xbox as a console go away.
It's not gonna go away. It's just that they gotta change their fucking.
But when it comes to the day and date shit, if PlayStation decides to do the day and date shit with their first party single player narrative story driven games that that they're known for, and they start going into the PC realm of day and date, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to PC. because I'm gonna get everything there. I'm gonna get PC only shit. I'm gonna get Xbox shit. I'm gonna get Sony shit.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I'm really not gonna get is fucking Nintendo shit, the legal way.
Exactly. And how much Nintendo do you play any fucking ones?
I don't play fucking Nintendo games.
Neither.
I'm not a Nintendo guy. And Mario's fun every once in a while. Zelda's fun every once in a while, but I can't really fully enjoy my Zelda games like my Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, because they just run so dog ass on the Switch.
I think PlayStation and their conquest of trying to make more money, they're diluting themselves by becoming more available. But in return, it's not making them the money that they want to make. I mean, we just saw the numbers with PC games and how much they're selling, and it's not that much. But it's giving gamers like us the opportunity to move, to go over there and just say, you know what, I can play Xbox, PC,
and I'm gonna wait. Yep. And there's plenty of PC guys that are gonna wait.
Yeah, that's the key right there. You know, PC guys waiting a year, 15 months, 2 years versus us, which we're not waiting, we're playing. But if they do day and date.
Now here's my thing. There's going to be, even if it's only for a year, and it hasn't happened already, when, like, let's give a game like GTA 6. There's going to be PC people that are going to go out and they're going to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro or a PlayStation 5 base or whatever for that game. They're not going to wait a fucking year, especially people who are been playing GTA Online since day one. They're not going to sit there for an entire year or a year and 6 months or however long the exclusivity deal is, or the whatever deal that there is out there potentially is, whether it's a Sony money-hatted situation or it's just a Rockstar going, no, fuck you, we're going to make sure that we got this shit running good on these consoles before we worry about you. They're not going to sit there and they're not going to wait. They're going to come over and they're going to buy their shit. You know, they're buy their console, they're going to play their game. And then when it finally drops on the PC, they'll just transfer all their shit over to PC. They'll sell their fucking PlayStation, they'll be done. And you know what? They're going to be set for the next 15 years, 20 years, because you think that GTA 7 is going to be out any fucking time soon. We probably won't see a GTA 7 until PlayStation 8. If that.
Even then, it won't
if they even make a fucking PlayStation 8.
It won't be on PlayStation only either. It'll come out on everything. Especially at the rate that PlayStation's going. I mean, look at fucking Spider-Man 2, dude. That's coming out in 15 months after the fact. Announced 11 months, 10 months after.
Dude, that was a kick in the nuts when they decided, yeah, we're just not gonna do any DLC. Like, we're done.
Well, that's another thing too, right? So I think that as PlayStation keeps fucking inching closer to the dates, they're also basically telling third party, hey, there's no reason to just make this shit exclusive for us, because even our own shit we're putting on PC sooner than scheduled, or sooner than later. So I think as time goes on, third party that normally would do console first, which has been dwindling any fucking ways as the years went on, right? It's very rare now that games come out on console first and then go to PC. More than likely comes to PC first and then console. You know, as that time goes on, I think that there's gonna be like, we'll do a staggered release, maybe. Worst case scenario, we'll do a staggered release, but fuck it. I think the only one that's really is gonna suffer is gonna be Xbox. I think PlayStation, PC will get their shit first, and then Xbox will get it last, whenever that is. But it's justified because the market just isn't that big on Xbox side. Like, look at them right now, freaking out over Kojima's game. What is it? Death Stranding. Like, bro, that's a 6-year-old fucking game. Like,
dude,
I bought and sold that game numerous times already.
That game. I'm glad that it's over there on Xbox for people who are really interested in it. But to think that game, even at $20, because it's on sale right now for $20, to think that people are going to pick that up, they're going to buy it, they're going to play it to its fullest, to story end, when you wrap and you run credits, and God, that fucking ending is amazing. But Jesus Christ, you think the story has ended like 5 times. It just, oh well, we're getting ready to finish up the game, and it's like, nope, you've got another 30 minutes to an hour of other shit and videos to watch, and you gotta walk here and you gotta walk there, and it's like, this game is like 5 hours too long. This ending is horseshit.
Oh, remember, Death Stranding came out on what do you call that? Apple?
Yeah, it's on Apple. Yeah, it's on Apple.
And mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So Xbox was the last one to get it. We're gonna talk about this more in the podcast if you show up, anyways.
Yeah, are you looking at here, at the screen here? I got the PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements. So that's just like each mode pulled up on what it supports.
So balanced, upscale 4K, 1521. Quality is 4K at 30. Yeah, no, this isn't anything to get me excited about the Pro. I mean, maybe the middle one is exciting, but
the resolution or the performance?
The resolution.
4K at 30?
No, the
or the balance. The 4K at 60.
No. The 4K at 60.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing on, is the 4K at 60, and
that's the most exciting one to me.
To me, that looks the best, because the 4K at 30 in the resolution mode, and the quality at 4K and 30 with ray tracing, they're just too choppy to me.
The other biggest thing that excites me about the Pro, which this one comes in second place, I really like this balanced 4K at 60. But the biggest thing that excites me about the Pro is the that upscaling or whatever for the PS4 games.
Oh yeah, the Pro Max mode.
Yeah. I saw it just makes things more like it's not as like faded. I don't know, like it's not. It doesn't really, like, if you just look at it at a quick glance, it doesn't really seem like much of a difference. But once you start staring at it, you can definitely see, like, the gun is more, I don't know what the word is, like.
To me, that Pro Max mode is basically equivalent to running a texture mod in like a game like Fallout 4. Where you go into the mod menu and you go, oh, I want better gun textures, and you activate that mod. That to me is what Pro Max mode is doing to the PS4 games.
That's what it feels like.
It's not, making the FPS better. It's just making, hey, these rocks are kind of gray and kind of poor detail. Well, now they look a little bit better. Not much, but a little bit.
Well, look what you just said. It's not making the frames better.
No, it's not.
You see how your brain goes to frames automatically?
Mm-hmm.
You fucking prima donna, fucking frames per second, fucking pussy.
Hey, when you're used to going 60 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour just is irritating. Like
to
going
me,
down,
you're still cruising. Better than walking.
yeah, you're true. That's true. It's better than Lamborghinis, but when you're going 60 and then you have to slow that bitch down and go through a school zone at 30, you're like, motherfucker, this is slow and horrible and god awful, and I just want to go back to 60. It's like having a motorcycle, man. Once you have a motorcycle that you can do 120 miles an hour or 160 miles an hour, it's like fucking 50 feels slow. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun. It's not adrenaline pumping. It's just like, ugh. Like, am I still in second gear? What the fuck? I know this thing has like 4 more years to go.
Not me. I can't really tell the difference. I can tell the difference from 30 to 40, but 40 to 60, like barely I can tell the difference.
No, I can tell basically anything at 50 or below. Because I look for those little screen tears or those little jitters. Because if I don't look for it, my eyes will automatically tell me, because my eyes will start fucking hurting. And it's hard to explain.
But what did you do during the PS3 and PS2 gen?
Back then, my eyes were used to that because I never had seen better at 60 or 120. I hadn't seen any of that stuff for a long period of time. Like going and playing like Call of Duty at 120 frames per second on the Series X for years and years and years. And then going back down to 30 in, let's say, something like Starfield. So going from Call of Duty at 120 frames, playing that for hours and hours and hours on end every night, and then here comes Starfield and it drops at 30, that's a big fucking shakeup. That was a migraine-inducing fucking playthrough.
Well, that was your fault anyways, because why are you even playing Call of Duty?
Because I like Call of Duty.
I know.
I know. Right now, I could be playing Call of Duty. I could have been playing Call of Duty all night, but the thing that makes Call of Duty fun is the people that you play with, the people that you're used to playing with. Wait, I thought you
had work tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
What time do you get off?
Well, remember, I have to go to those pictures tomorrow after work.
No, yeah, I know, but like, what's your normal schedule? What time do you...
I usually head out about 3:30.
Oh, you start at 7?
Yeah, so usually I'm home and pretty much sitting in my seat that I am now roughly about 5 o'clock every afternoon. So that gives me about an hour and a half to walk the dogs and do what I need to do. By the time that I'm sitting in my chair from 5 o'clock in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night.
Your girl don't say nothing about that?
No. It doesn't bother her at all. She's back there watching her TV and playing on her Nintendo, and then from 10 o'clock to midnight, if we want to stay up, we want to watch a movie or whatever, we do that during those times.
Yeah.
But I will, if she comes up to me and she's like, hey, I want to have us time tonight, all night, she'll make that known without saying it, but she'll make it known, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not turning the PlayStation on at all tonight.
Yeah, no, girls are masters at letting you know something without telling you something.
But that situation only comes up maybe like once every 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's not common.
No.
How long you been with your girl?
Oh shit. Let's see. 7, 8 years?
Oh wow, you guys been in a while?
Yeah, we've been at it for a little bit.
I Any plans of the next
No,
thing?
no. That was put into that was chiseled into the stone on day one.
She agrees, or
Yeah.
something that you wanted?
We both agreed on it, and there's going to be no marriage. There's going to be no kids, and I've been through 3 engagements, and I already have a kid, and I don't want to go through any more of that heartache, rejection, bullshit, none of that shit. And she doesn't want the same either. And that was the proposition made on day one. If this is what you want, then keep on walking.
Does she have any kids?
Nope.
Okay.
And she don't want any. I mean, she had to help her sister raise her kids, and yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've barely ever even seen her, pick a child up. So yeah, I don't think she wants anything to do with it, and she's never really made that want known, or like, oh, I got baby fever. I have baby fever more than she does.
I love kids, man. If I could have 100 and afford them, I would.
I love kids, but it's up to the point until they start talking back to you, and it's like, oh, fuck you. I don't like you no more. You go back to your aunt's house. I'm done with your ass.
Yeah, I'm not going through that per se, but I'm definitely starting to see some of those initialings, I mean, my kid is 8, so he's not quite there yet. I'm still his hero, but I know the day is coming soon, and it's already annoying, and I'm not even nowhere near it.
They'll 1 second they'll be, you'll have an issue trying to get them out of your ass, and then the next moment, they're nowhere to be found. They're in their room. Their doors, closed. They're like, nope. I'm just doing my own thing. I only come out when I smell food.
Yeah.
And that's basically my kid right now. When he's not at practice for his football, his basketball, wrestling, whatever, he comes home. He jumps in the shower. He'll go to his room. The only time you'll ever see him is, hey, what's for dinner? And then from there, he's gone for rest night. But luckily, he'll come out like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. He's like, all right, I'm headed to bed. And then you don't fucking hear from him anymore. But like, I seen all these kids, in the neighborhood here a couple weeks ago, right? Doing the trick-or-treating thing. And I'm looking at my kid, and he's like 15 years old. And he's like, I haven't trick-or-treated in like 3 or 4 years now. So that time of being able to go out and trick-or-treat is gone for me. And I don't have another one that is on the way, or is here that I get to experience that time with. So that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm experiencing a little bit of that. My boy didn't want to go trick-or-treating this year. He's like, no, I just want to stay home.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it sucks. It really does. But, there's also those times like when he was younger that I didn't take advantage of those times, and kind of kicking myself in the ass for that shit now. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't hit the rewind button and redo shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've changed my whole life once I had my son for that specific reason. I didn't want to miss out on things. I wanted to be present, and that's why I even switched my job, man.
Yep.
Like, I did everything. But yeah.
I'm gonna let
my kid says, it's life, Dad. It's life.
Yep, life's gonna be life. But I'm gonna let you go because I do have to work tomorrow, and I'm already like an hour and a half past my bedtime. So.
All right, man.
I'm gonna shut the stream down, and I don't think we got very many visitors. We got an extra person here somewhere. It's probably Nelson. He's just hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, he probably can't chat because his symbol's ass or wherever he's at.
Oh, it sucks though. He walked out to his tree stand this morning. The motherfucker's laying on the ground. God damn. So, Alright, I'll yell at you later.
Alright, bro.
See ya.